Alright guys, there's two more things that I'd like to show you all in chapter 12 that people tend to have a little bit of an issue with. It's calculating the refund fraction, and then ultimately once you have that, it's pretty easy to find the interest refund. I'm taking this right from page 437, example 1, 2, and 3 that shows you first how to get the refund fraction, and second how to get the interest refund. It actually shows you two ways to do it. One way is a little longer, but it's no fail, it'll always work. One way uses a little formula or a little algebraic way to calculate the sum of the months, and it's a little quicker, but you just got to remember to do it. So on page 437, example 1, here's what the problem reads, and here's how you would do such a problem. First thing we'll do is find the refund fraction. Second thing we'll do is find the interest refund. And what they're referring to here is if you have a loan and or any thing that you're paying on that accumulates interest, say a mortgage as well, if you pay it off early, you're going to get some money back, or you're not going to owe as much. So that's the process that they're showing here. A loan for 12 months that has interest of $117 is paid in full with 4 months remaining. Find the refund fraction for the interest refund. So you were going to pay $117 in interest. Now you're going to pay less because you paid it off in full early. The first thing you need to find is the refund fraction. Which equals, they give you the formula in the book, the sum of the digits of the number of payments remaining divided by the sum of the digits for the total number of payments. Sum digits of payments remaining. So what they mean here with the sum of the digits of the payments remaining and the sum of total digits, well, it was a 12-month loan and you paid it off with 4 months left. So what they mean by that, the sum of the digits of the payments remaining, since there was 4 months left, 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. The sum of the total digits is what they mean for that is, since there were 12 months in the loan, they mean 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And what happens once you do that, if you total up the top and the bottom, you get 10 on the top. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 10. Divided by 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus 9, all the way down, gives you 78. You can reduce that if you want. There's no reason to reduce that. They do in the book, but there's no reason. Just take 10 and divide it by 78 in your calculator, and you will get the refund fraction of 0.128 205 1282. Once you have that, that is what allows you to calculate the interest refund that you have, and that's what they ask you in example 2. It says find the interest refund for the installment payment in example 1. The interest refund equals the total interest that you would have paid, the $117, they give you in example 1, times this number. Interest refund equals this number times the $117 that they give you as the total amount of interest refund. So this times this gives you your interest refund of apparently $15. And I'll stick that in the calculator for you real quick to see if it is rounded. So if I take, and the way you do that is take 10 divided by 78 equals this long number, and just leave it in the calculator, times 117. It equals 14.999999. It actually equals 14.99999. I'll count these out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nines and a 4. 9, 9. Something like that. Of course, that would round to $15 because we're talking about an interest refund. It would be money. So that was example 1 and example 2, where you kind of do it the long way. What I mean by the long way, you're actually adding out each of the sum of the digits remaining and the sum of the total number of payments. The other way we could do this problem, and it's just a little bit shorter, they just give you a formula to shorten up this part, and they kind of do it all at once. This board's erasing nicely. Go get some cleaner. All right, so now example 3 goes over the way where you can kind of shorten up that part a little bit. So example 3 says, a loan for 36 months with a finance charge of $1,276.50 is paid in full with 15 months remaining. Find the finance charge to be refunded. So they want to get down here to the same answer we just found here, but instead of putting it in 2 problems like they did with example 1 and example 2, they put it in 1 problem, which is all in example 3. So what do we need to figure out? The first thing we need to figure out is the refund fraction, which I probably shouldn't have erased this. Sum of the digits of payments remaining. So it tells you in the problem that they paid it off with 15 payments remaining. So that's how many payments are left on top. And then on the bottom, of course, is the sum of all digits of payments. And of course, in this case, the whole loan is apparently, 36 months. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, all the way up to 36. There's a shorter way to do this. Instead of sitting right here, since there are 15 payments, which equals 15 payments. And this, of course, equals 36 payments, I believe. 36 payments. Of course, you can do that. It's just going to take some time. 15 plus 14 plus 13 plus 12 plus 11, all the way down to 1. Same thing for 36. 36 plus 37 plus 38. The shorter way to do that is to do the algebraic process of taking 15 times 16, take that answer, and divide it by 2. And that'll give you your number that goes on top. Same thing for the bottom, 36, which is the total number of payments, times the next number up, 37, trust me, it works, divided by 2. And that's going to give you the same answers, adding each one individually. So that's going to equal 120 over 666. 15 times 16 divided by 2 is 120. 36 times 37 divided by 2 equals 666. Of course, this will give us our refund fraction of, since they don't give it to us in decimal form in your book, if you see, I'll go ahead and put it in decimal form and just leave it in the calculator. It's going to be some long number that probably doesn't terminate. All right, so here we go. This equals 0.180, 180, 180, 180, 180. That's long enough. It depends on how far your calculator goes. It's just 180, 180, repeating forever. As long as you put a couple of them in there, or just leave it in your calculator you're going to come up with an answer that'll round to exactly what they come in the book. Once you have the refund fraction, you want to find the finance charge. And again, to find the finance charge, refund, the finance charge refund, again, the money that you get back. Because they give you $1,276.50. That's the total amount of interest you would have paid if you didn't pay this off early, if you let it go out for all 36 months. But since you're paying it off early, you don't pay that $1,276.50. You're going to pay less. 1,276.50 times this number. It is what I would do. The easiest thing to do is just leave it in the calculator because it's already in there. That number times 1276.50 equals, excuse me, 229.99999999999. All right, as many nines as we can come up with. And of course, we're going to have to round this to the nearest penny. So we look at the penny spot. This is greater than 9, so we round up. If we round up to 29, that would round to $230 even would be your interest refund. So instead of you paying this amount, you're actually paying this much less. So what that means on these type of loans, usually is what they have you do, is you pay everything up front, but if you pay it off early, you get something back. And that's why they call it an interest refund. And those are some of the problems that people have trouble with in the second section of chapter 12. If you actually look over here, they give you a handy little table. Instead of having to do this calculation, you technically don't have to do it. If you pull up this table right here on page 436, it actually gives you the sum of the digits of months from 1 month all the way up to 60 months. And that basically would allow you to do this part and give you these answers without going through this process. It just tells you that 15 is 120 and 36 is 66. But if you want to know how to calculate it out, I've kind of done it there for you. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. There is section 12-2, the refund fraction and interest refund.